What's up, everyone? Hope everyone is doing okay. I'm trying to adjust my phone. So today we're gonna be talking about visa, and especially um F F1 visa, J1 visa, and M1 visa. So visa is the stamp that they put in your passport to enter in a country, that you can do things lawfully, either by visiting the country or tourism purpose or education purpose. On the base of America, we're going to be talking about F1, J1, and M1 visa, which is educational purpose. So F1 visa is for non-immigrant people that want to come here to study bachelor, associate degree, even PhD, or even go to high school. J1 visa is more to the professional level, people that has already been into like a field doing what they're doing. They just want to enhance upon what they're studying, and kind of like an exchange study, something of that sort. M1 visa, on the other hand, is more about vocational and technical schools. M1 is more about vocational and technical schools. So, in order for you to get this visa, education visa in particular, either F1, M1, or J1 visa, you will need to get into a well-funded school. It cannot be funded, well-renowned school that is being known, that will count for an advantage when going to an interview. You have to make sure that you select a program or a course that is not being studied back home in your home country. Most African countries don't have aerospace engineering. If you want to study something like an aerospace engineering, that will count. If you want to study medicine, that's also an advantage, because they know that the level of studying of medicine back home, especially in Africa, is far different as studying medicine in America. If you want to study IT also, information technology, nursing, it also counts, because they know those things are there in Africa, but the level is not really as the same as studying it in Europe, because when you study those programs in Europe, it gives more power for you to get the visa, because they know that the world evolves, the world changes, things changes, and when things changes, there's a need of learning of new technology, new science, and all those things. But it will be hard if you come to study something like geography, economic, history, literature, biology. They will just say, why don't you study that back home, during your interview? So first, you need to look for a college, university that is well known. Look for a program that is scarce in the country, or the program is there, but it needs a higher level of study and a higher level of research. Then third, you want to make sure that you have enough funds to sponsor that particular program, or whoever is in Europe or in USA can help you sponsor that program. If you have somebody in USA that makes good money and that they're out to help you on that program, that will count a lot for your advantage, because accommodation and the sponsorship goes a long way. Then those people will provide a lot of documents to back up your sponsorship. So one thing you will need to go to such visa interview, you will need an I-20 forms. An I-20 forms will come when the school will issue you, after you have submit most of your documents to them, and you have paid even maybe part of the school fees, and you have registered for the course. And they will send you an I-20 form to show that you have been accepted to that college and guided you so that you can get a visa. Now, if you have an I-20 form and have all those documents sent to you by the school, and you have all your documents, going to the interview, you have to still fill the form, the same form you fill, like you fill in other forms like for a general interview. And this slide at the side will explain to you the different interviews, visa fee that you're gonna pay, and it will explain details. If you look at it, it explains the 3 types of visa and the 3 types of payment that you're gonna make. So furthermore, after you fill the form, you will still need to take all the following instructions that will be given to you from the confirmation page and the I-160 form, something like that. So don't get me wrong if I'm mistaken it. But you have to take the form to confirm it. You have to still do the same thing that other people are doing, like they're going to visit and they're going to for like tourism purpose. So you have to have all those forms with you plus your I-20 form and take it to the consulate. So now when you arrive at the consulate have several questions to ask you. The consulate is the one to determine if they can issue you this visa or they can refuse this visa. So if you present the documents, let me say you want to come to US and study aerospace engineering. So first thing they will ask you is, they already know that if you're coming from Africa, they don't have this particular program in Africa. So what they will be looking into your portfolio, into your document, is the level of scores, the level of credit that you have had in several courses. And because those college year or the university year will ask you to take some tests, and if you pass those tests good, they want to look at the scores and make sure that you're first bright enough to study that particular program. And if you're bright enough and you have good grades, that's an advantage of you. The second of all, the consulate will ask for a document of financial support to make sure that you have enough funds to support yourself for the 3 or 4 years program while you're in USA. If you have the fund, or if you're from a rich families, and that's okay, cool. But if you have somebody in US that is well stable and have the money, and they present to them they send to you their bank statement, their work and everything, and the US consulate verify it, I know that this person is making this kind of money, because they'll calculate the math, and if they weigh everything, that's a good advantage also. They'll count on you. So they will ask you, why do you choose to go and study this program in USA? Why don't you just study this program back home? Then it's your place to tell the consulate or the consulate officer the reason why you want to go to study to USA. They'll ask you the form, you present it. So they're going to ask you, where will you stay? If you're staying with your cousin or those places, you explain it. But if you're going to stay on campus, make sure that the campus fee has been covered also. And also, they're going to ask you, if you finish school, are you going to stay back in US to work, or you're going to return back home? So in some cases, they don't want you to work while you're studying USA. If you have an F1 visa, you can work, I think, 2 hours or 3 times a week, but you cannot work full-time hour. J1 visa, I think J1 visa, actually you can work in America while you're doing that. I think J1 visa, don't get me wrong, I have to look into that. So all that, when you're with student visa, you cannot basically work 40 hours or 80 hours. That's a no, you cannot do that. So after studies, they want you to return back home. So the consulate will ask you if you will stay or return back home. But if you're going to return back home, you tell them. But if you're going to stay, you tell them and give them a purpose why you're going to stay. There's some program that they can train you, and when you stay, it can be an advantage to America. But there's some program that when you finish, they don't think it's going to be an advantage to them. You're going to return. So if they ask you, are you going to return back home, or are you going to pick a job in USA during your interview? The best answer is to tell them, I have a family back home, and I have bigger corporation that is growing up, So I will be returning back home to join the team so as to build up, this corporation or these companies and to be a part of the team. So again, this is your boy Divine. If you have any information that you want to ask, you can drop your message. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about visitor visa and tourism visa, and we're going to be talking about immigrant visa. And last thing before I exit, before you want to apply for any visa, go and check the statistic how visa is being issued by US consulate from the country you live. There's some country that is harder for them to issue visa. So country like Somalia, Afghanistan, Pakistan, or mostly the Muslim country. Mostly it is very harder to kind of get visa from there, because probably, I don't know why. Then in part like country like Cameroon, Nigeria, Ghana and the other parts, it's also kind of, they have like 60% and 50% chance of denying rate because these people travel a lot. So one important last thing that you need to check, you need to verify, is the percentage rate of visa denial from your country. This is your boy Divine. Like, subscribe, share. Ciao.